Premier, on a lighter note, say a person were to be sitting in a pub having a cold beer, reading the paper, and say to their mate, "How about that Mark Latham? Isn't he fucking unhinged?" Do you think that they should be arrested for saying that?
No.
For using offensive language in public?
Well, no, I don't, no.
Have you ever sworn in public without a reasonable excuse?
Probably.
Are you aware
I've been in the Labor Party for 25 years, so it's probably.
Are you aware that 500 people a year are charged with offensive language under the Summary Offences Act in New South Wales, and 45% of those are Aboriginal? Isn't it just an offence created to criminalise an over-policed minority, and that the laws are clearly outdated?
Yeah, look, it's a difficult one, and I don't have a straightforward answer for it. I think it's probably where there's a collision of rights that the law can't and finds it difficult to find an adequate settlement for. And what I mean by that is there are circumstances where it's completely inappropriate to swear. Outside of school, outside of preschool, outside of primary school, I don't know, in a church foyer. I mean, everyone would accept that there is going to be a situation where decorum dictates that. Aren't
those offences caught by the offence of offensive conduct?
I don't necessarily think so, because that would necessarily be a higher bar. The evidentiary burden of suggesting that somebody, particularly with body-worn cameras, for example, is reasonably straightforward. What I'm trying to say is it's generally policed via police discretion, and in lieu of a better legal settlement, despite being far from perfect, it's probably the appropriate framework in which we moderate the public's right to swear their head off, and the rest of the public's right to enjoy their community absent somebody, dropping the F word or even worse. And I acknowledge that in some circumstances, Mr. Chair, it's not appropriate to swear like that, and police have got to be in a position where they can restore order and some decorum in the right circumstances. So I don't think it's one of those legal situations where an imperfect situation is governed via discretion rather than law. And the law is littered with examples like that.
Thank you, Premier. We'll go back to the